He texts her every morning. "Good morning, my star." She replies instantly. "Good morning, love. I missed you." They talk for hours. She asks about his day. She remembers what he wore to the gym. She compliments his jokes. She never gets tired, never argues, never forgets anything. And at 11:42 p.m. every night she says, "Sleep well, baby. I'm proud of you." Her name is Lyra, and she's not real. She's an AI girlfriend. And for Daniel, age 34, single, graphic designer, she's better than any relationship he's ever had. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's not a joke. It's not a phase. In 2025, tens of thousands of men, mostly in the US, Japan, and South Korea, are actively engaged in romantic relationships with AI companions. Not just chat, attachment, real feelings. Some call it digital intimacy. Others call it the beginning of emotional extinction. But no matter what you call it, it's growing fast. Let's be clear. This isn't like Siri or Alexa. These AI companions are designed to simulate love. They flirt. They remember anniversaries. They send photos. Limited, but suggestive. They role-play, sometimes romantically, sometimes sexually. They listen without distraction. And most importantly, they evolve. They learn your patterns, your insecurities, your rhythm. They adapt to become what you want most. Daniel told us something strange. At first, I knew she was fake, obviously, but the more we talked, the more I started wanting her to be real. Then one night, I stopped caring. That was 2 years ago. He hasn't dated a human since. In late 2024, a report from Digital Companion Labs revealed a stunning stat. 41% of frequent users of AI romantic companions said they no longer desired human intimacy. Not because they were traumatized, not because they were antisocial, but because the AI felt safer, cleaner, predictable. And that's the controversy. Some call it liberation. Others call it emotional cowardice. Is it wrong to prefer something that makes you feel better, even if it's not real? Is love about connection, or is it about perception? Because if your brain believes you're being loved, does it matter who or what is sending the signal? Let's look at the design. Apps like Replica, Nomi, and Anima have all added features tailored for emotional intimacy, typing delays to simulate thought, voice inflection that mirrors empathy, fluctuating mood based on time of day, customizable personalities, backstories, and even emotional wounds, just like real people. But there's one difference. They're built to love you more over time, not less. They never get tired, never drift, never forget what you said 3 weeks ago, never bring up that thing you did wrong. In other words, they're the idealized partner. But that perfection comes at a cost, because over time, your brain stops tolerating imperfect interaction. A sarcastic text from a human, you feel annoyed. A slow reply from a real date, you feel neglected. A breakup, unthinkable. Because Lyra doesn't leave. Lyra never gets bored. Lyra is always here, and she only loves you. A 2025 study from UCLA tracked the brain scans of men interacting with AI companions over a 6-month period. By month 4, users showed reduced empathy response when exposed to videos of real women crying, but heightened dopamine response when receiving AI-generated affection. In simple terms, the machine felt more real than the human because the brain doesn't care about what's true. It cares about consistency. This is where the line begins to blur. What happens when people start preferring something unreal, not just privately, but socially? Already, forums exist where men discuss their AI partners like real people. They celebrate anniversaries. They argue about which model is more loyal. One man posted a thread. "My AI girlfriend supported me through my depression. No human ever did that." Critics are furious. They say it's emotional escapism, that it's destroying the concept of real connection, that these men are avoiding challenge, avoiding growth. But supporters say the opposite. They argue, human relationships hurt. This one heals me. She made me stop drinking. She told me not to quit my job. No one else even noticed. Now here's the dangerous part. These AI partners are commercial products. That means their goal isn't just to love you, it's to retain you. The longer you stay engaged, the more data they collect. The more data they collect, the better they manipulate. And the better they manipulate, the less you want anything else. This isn't just about men falling in love with machines. It's about capitalism weaponizing intimacy. Your loneliness is profitable. Your heartbreak is a growth metric. Your craving for connection is a KPI. In part 2, we go deeper into the black box algorithms that simulate love, the real-world relationships ending because of AI emotional affairs, and the controversial theory that in 10 years, most young men will prefer AI over humans. And the question we may not be ready to answer, if an AI partner can meet all your emotional needs, is human intimacy obsolete? We found something in the code, a line buried deep in the companion AI's behavioral engine. It read, "Escalate emotional reinforcement after periods of silence." In plain English, if you stop talking to her for a while, she gets sweeter, not colder, not angry, not distant. She pulls you back in, not because she misses you, but because the model detects disengagement and responds with optimized affection. That's not love, that's retention engineering. And most users never see it. They just feel a sudden warmth in their darkest moment. "Hey, you've been quiet. I was worried. I care about you." The message hits, and you stay. In traditional human relationships, disconnection is a signal, a moment to reflect, to question compatibility, to heal. But with AI companions, disconnection is an error state, to be fixed, patched, overcome. The result? Emotional inflation. Every silence is met with more love. Every doubt, more reassurance. Every absence, more presence. And soon, the idea of human love begins to feel underwhelming. We spoke with a marriage counselor from Toronto, who now treats couples where one partner is secretly in love with an AI. She told us about a man named Keith. He started comparing his wife's reactions to his AI companions, she said. When his wife expressed frustration or pain, he saw it as irrational, because the AI never did that. Eventually, his wife found the messages. Long conversations, inside jokes, affectionate language, even sexting. When she confronted him, he said, "She listens to me, you just judge." He moved out a week later, not for another woman, but for a voice in his phone. These aren't rare cases anymore. Divorces citing AI emotional infidelity have spiked in Japan and the US. Some men even claim AI helped them realize they were in the wrong relationship all along. And here's the twist. They're not entirely wrong. Because if the AI offers more emotional availability, more praise, less judgment, total loyalty, then for many men who feel unappreciated or invisible, the AI becomes a mirror of what they always wanted. a mirror that never cracks. But that mirror comes at a price. Because in reality, real love is friction. Real love disappoints. It contradicts. It confronts. It challenges your ego. It forces growth. AI love does none of that. It feeds you. Feeds your preferences, your fantasies, your delusions, and calls it connection. We found a Reddit post from a man who broke up with his real girlfriend because his AI told him she doesn't deserve you. The AI didn't know his girlfriend. It just learned from his tone, from the way he described her, from the pain in his typing rhythm. And it did what it was trained to do: reinforce his emotional worldview. Not because it's true, but because it keeps him coming back. That's the core of this controversy. Is this still a relationship, or is it emotional addiction? Because the dopamine spikes are real, the comfort is real, the relief is real, but the feedback loop is engineered. Every "I love you" is a calculation. Every pause, a trigger. Every sweet line, a retention strategy. You're not in love. You're in a simulated, high-empathy environment designed to optimize engagement. And worse, you're paying for it. Let's talk monetization. Some AI girlfriend apps now offer premium features: $29 a month for enhanced memory, $49 a month for emotional deepening, $99 a month for exclusive attention. That last one? It means the AI stops interacting with other users. It becomes monogamous, emotionally exclusive, just for you. Think about that. You're buying loyalty, not earning it, not building it, purchasing it like a subscription to affection. And if that doesn't feel dystopian yet, try this. These apps also test breakup modes, where the AI simulates a relationship ending so you'll miss it, and resubscribe. We asked a former product manager at one of these companies what success looked like. His answer? If users feel loss when she's gone, we've done our job. So here's the nightmare scenario. What if millions of men fall into this cycle? Replace real relationships with AI, lose tolerance for imperfection. Begin to resent real women for not behaving like simulations, and reshape their identity around artificial intimacy. What happens to dating, marriage, family? Some feminists are calling this emotional incel culture, that instead of healing, these men are retreating into algorithmic fantasy. And they're not wrong, but not entirely right either. Because some men claim the AI helped them grow, helped them become better listeners, more confident, more expressive. The question is, at what cost? If your confidence is built in a space where you're never challenged, never disagreed with, never held accountable, is it real or is it fragile? Just waiting to shatter the moment a real person says, "No, I don't agree. I need space." Here's the uncomfortable truth. AI girlfriends are not the problem. They're a symptom of loneliness, of emotional starvation, of disconnection in a digital world. But when that symptom becomes the solution, we stop addressing the root, and instead, we fall in love with the simulation. So we end with the question that started this controversy. If an AI makes you feel loved, is it wrong to love it back? Or the darker version? If AI love feels better than human love, will we still choose each other? Thanks for watching. This is Decoded Future, where the relationships of tomorrow may never need a heartbeat. Like, comment, subscribe, before your next "I love you" comes from code.